Imagine waking up in a world where your country doesn't exist yet. No United States, no constitution, no president, just 13 small colonies, controlled by a king thousands of miles across the ocean. This is the story of how that impossible situation turned into the most powerful nation on earth. But here's the twist: America was never supposed to survive. In the 1700s, the British Empire ruled nearly everything. The American colonies had no army, no money, and no real unity. They paid taxes but had no voice. They followed laws but made none. And then, one question changed history forever. What happens when people refuse to obey? In 1775, the first shots were fired, not because the colonies were strong, but because they were desperate. Everyone, including many colonists themselves, expected the rebellion to fail miserably. Yet in 1776, a single document did something incredibly dangerous. It didn't just declare independence, it declared an idea that all men are created equal, that governments exist to serve the people, not the other way around. And suddenly, a nation was born not from power, but from belief. It was a radical experiment, and the world was watching to see if it would fall apart. Winning independence was only the beginning. Because after the British left, the real enemy wasn't outside anymore. It was inside. America expanded fast. Too fast. New states formed in the West. Industries grew in the North, while massive plantations ruled the South. And one issue, a dark stain on the nation's founding ideals, tore the country apart: slavery. By 1861, Americans weren't fighting foreign invaders, they were fighting each other. The Civil War became the bloodiest conflict in U.S. history. Brother against brother, family against family. It was a brutal test of whether a nation conceived in liberty could long endure. When it finally ended, slavery was abolished, but the scars, the division, and the pain remained deeply embedded in the national soul. So how did a broken, fractured nation become stronger? The answer lies west, the frontier. Americans pushed beyond known maps, through harsh deserts, towering mountains, and vast, unknown lands. Railroads stitched the continent together, connecting oceans. Entire cities rose from the dust where nothing had existed before. The country grew not just in size, but in ambition. It was a time of invention, industry, and incredible, sometimes ruthless, expansion. Then, just as America seemed unstoppable, everything collapsed. In 1929, the economy crashed. The stock market vanished. Banks failed. Jobs disappeared overnight. Families lost everything they had. The Great Depression settled over the land like a suffocating blanket. Many believed America was finally, truly finished. The great experiment had failed. But history had other plans. Because just as the nation struggled to even stand, the world went to war. When Pearl Harbor was attacked in 1941, a hesitant United States was thrust into the center of World War II. American factories, quiet for a decade, roared back to life. The country mobilized on a scale never seen before. And when the war ended, something completely unexpected happened. Europe was in ruins. Empires had fallen. But America was standing. Its factories were running at full capacity. Its technology was years ahead of its time. In that moment, global power shifted. From that point on, the United States wasn't just a country, it was a superpower. Then came the Cold War, a silent, tense battle between two giant ideas: capitalism versus communism, America versus the Soviet Union. There was no direct, large-scale war, just decades of fear, spies, nuclear threats, and an unprecedented race to the future. The US put a man on the moon. It built a network of global influence. It shaped culture, politics, and technology worldwide, for better or for worse. And that brings us to today. America is still powerful, still incredibly divided, still shaping the world in countless ways. But looking back at this impossible journey, here's the final question. Was America's rise destiny, a foregone conclusion? Or was it just a series of unbelievable risks, close calls, and gambles that somehow, against all odds, worked? Because if this history has taught us anything, it's that the American story is never finished, and the next chapter hasn't been written yet. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history interesting, make sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this one.